Okay, this is me. I'm gonna give you a few clues to why I know Robert was cheating on me and planning to dump me from the very beginning. 1. When he was a teenager, when I was a teenager, he didn't pressure me for sex. That's a red flag. 2. He didn't take me to the battle of the bands even though I did everything I was supposed to do. I got good grades. I did everything even though I didn't want to. I didn't want to do one thing that I had to do, but I did anyway, so I can go. And guess what? I still didn't get to go. Why? Because Robert didn't want to pick me up. Robert didn't want to have his friend pick me up with him. Why? Because he was embarrassed with me. And because of that fucking reason, Mary probably went. Fucking fat ass loser with glasses. And guess what? She probably had a good teenage fun time that I never get to get. I never had one teenage experience with Robert. And guess what? That's why I know it was a red flag. He also took me to the side and told me not to change, which means not to grow up. He did that when I was about to be 17. He told me not to grow up. Guess what? That was a very big no-no. So, he wanted me to stay a child for the rest of my life? You grow up. You don't stay children. That's a retard thing to do. The other red flag is, he didn't tell me he was Wiccan. He lied. Because he lied, he knew I was Wiccan. I came from a Wiccan heritage. I know it was from the Salem trials or whatever, but I knew I came from a Wiccan heritage, and because of that reason alone, he knew what I was. He knew I could have been a Wiccan, and he knew my Wiccan abilities were coming in. He knew it. And guess what? He lied. And he didn't want me to learn Wiccan. Why? Because he wanted me to be dumb for the rest of my life. He wanted me to be dumb. He didn't want me to learn. He wanted me to be, what, an idiot, a retard. And guess what? That's the way I hate it. Guess what also? I found out a few years after we got married. And guess what? That marriage wasn't real for me. But I bet you anything, Mary got a real wedding. That was real for him. We got married for the justice of the peace and his fucking mom's wedding gown, who looked ugly as fuck. Guess what? I did it because she liked that dress. I did it for her because I liked her. I liked Deborah because she was sweet. I mean, she was a little on the rough side because she had a hard life, and I understood that. But guess what? I didn't even get a fucking honeymoon. And he didn't feel bad for me? Or bad for himself? No. Because Mary didn't want me to. Mary didn't want me having a honeymoon. Mary didn't want me to have a real wedding. A real fucking... I do. Also, a few years after that, I found out that he cheated me of giving my virginity to him. I didn't really get my virginity. He cold fucking calculated it to steal it. And it worked. That's also the reason why that was a red flag. I started getting red flags after red flags, right? Guess what? He's been cheating on me since the day one. Why? Because I'm LGBT, and he knew. Because I'm dyslexic, a tiny bit of I have also ADHD. I have also a little autism, and I have asthma. Guess what? He doesn't care for that shit. That's why he disrespected me from January 1. He doesn't listen to me. He never did. And if you get any of my ideas, and I knew them, guess what? He probably stole them and never fucking gave me the money for it. That's why he kept me homeless and poor. I'm still homeless and poor because of fucking him. He forced me to sacrifice my education so he could be happy. He forced me, what, to have no friends, because he knew about my social anxiety disorder. He knew I was still locked in my shell, and he loved it every fucking moment. He loved me being in the shell. Why? Because then he get to have what? Have me being a retard, have me uneducated, making damn sure that I'll be homeless and poor when he fucking uses me all up. At the same time, Mary's being very, very pissed off. So he used to take his tax return and take half of it, and he would give to her. Here, Mary, go fucking have a vacation. The bitch would never get one. The bitch would never get a real wedding. The bitch would never get a house of her own. And the bitch would never fucking get any fucking pat on the back by my fucking real friends. The only way I would get that is I pay my friends to give her a pat on the back. Why? Because I was at the strip club without my fucking wife, who I fucking don't respect, who I fucking have to pay my fucking friends money to pat her on the back. That's why Mary is my real wife, and she was only my babysitter. That was it. My ex-wife was my babysitter for a number of reasons. And when she got knocked up, I got pissed off. He never wanted to have children. He wanted me to make sure of that. When I was pregnant with Jasmine, that's why he took me bowling, hoping that I miscarry, and I fucking hurt the baby. And because of that reason alone, I know Robert wanted me to accidentally miscarry by accidentally getting killed. Killing Jasmine. He doesn't give a shit. He never did. If he did, he wouldn't pressure me for a threesome right after Pressure was born. Jasmine was born. With November. Why would I want to be a threesome with November? Why? You know why? Because Robert was a fucking prick. The way he likes it. And that's what Billy was paid for. Billy told me he wasn't paid, but all that sign was the truth. Because I'm still broke, still homeless, because that's the way Robert likes it. Because Mary's allowed to have education, Mary's allowed to have fun, Mary's allowed to have a girls' night out. Mary's allowed to have a family. Mary's allowed to have friends. Mary's allowed to actually have a life. And Mary is allowed to fucking have a good job where they respect her. She feels gratified and she feels like she's worthy enough. But guess what? Robert never wanted me to feel that way. Guess what? If I don't get what I want, bye-bye Robert, and bye-bye Mary. Because they never did right by me. They're gone. Permanently. In my life and out of my heart. Which means no protection. No nothing. No gratification. And I'm never going to think Robert's a good mother. I mean, Robert's a good father. Or Mary's a good mother. Or a good wife. Or Robert's a good husband. Because he's not. And I know it. Good husband. But made I'm sure that I would never be depressed. Good husband. Make sure if I did get depressed, he would get me out. Do everything he could. And a good husband that makes sure that he actually does stuff with his children. Take care of them. Like diaper changing, formula and everything else. That's Robert in a nutshell. He doesn't like changing diapers, making formula bottles, nothing. He doesn't like doing nothing for his kids. He changed only 4 diapers. And no, 5 diapers within 2 kids and 8 years. So 5 diapers. That seemed like a fucking terrible father to me. If I have a kid with some man, he better fucking change more than 5 diapers. He better do his share of fucking taking care of the kid. Robert never did. Robert complained every fucking time he had to take care of his fucking kid. And he wanted me to regret giving birth to Jasmine. Or getting pregnant with Precious. That's Robert. Because of I'm not married. If I was married, he would want me to be pregnant, and he would keep me safe. But since I'm not married, that's it. Guess what? That's the real Robert. Liar, manipulator, and guess what? Be loving a fucking prick to me. And guess what? That's why he dumped me pregnant, homeless, and the streets. He took me to my sister's. That's the same fucking bloody well thing. I was still homeless. I was still pregnant. And I still have no money. Same thing. Guess what? I don't care for Robert. I don't care for Mary. Or Mary's family. Or anything associated with Robert. That's all I can kidnap my kids. And go to London. Just to get away from Robert. Influence. So I can be a real fucking mom. A real fucking wife. And a real fucking adult. I wasn't allowed to be any of those things with Robert. That's why I don't like him. Plus, he knew I was going to want to have Jasmine have a quinceañera. He refused that because that's Mexican. And because of that reason alone, that's why he never gave her what she wanted. She said she wanted a quinceañera. But guess what? She probably got coerced out of it. By the way, that was just a quick update for Robert. Maybe I'm sure. I knew now I was never supposed to be a real life. Why? Because he didn't fucking have a heart for me. And because of the reason, you're dead. Bye.